Hey guys, welcome to the first episode of Black Belt Fishing. Today we're going to start with a product review. So my tournament season here in Iowa has ended. It ended about mid-September. Did pretty good this year for our first year back. But I kind of wanted to do a product review for the first one because I've kind of noticed that if you get on Amazon and you search for a bait casting reel, the first thing that shows up is usually KastKing. So I'm not very familiar with KastKing. In the past, I've used Abu Garcia. I have some Shimano's that I have now. I usually use the SLX. But the KastKing kind of came at an affordable price. Like we're talking like a reel that's under $100. They have a couple, I think, or maybe just the one that I saw that was over 100. But the first reel I want to talk about today is the KastKing Crixus, or I don't know, however you pronounce it, Crixus. It is let's see what it is, a 7:2 to 1 gear ratio. I used it for this whole year. I had it paired up with a Ducket Silverado, so just a $99 rod that I got from Bass Pro Shops, and that was pretty much the rod. It was only a 7-footer, medium heavy. I used it for a variety of things. I kind of used it for like a shaky head, some chatterbaits, spinner baits. Never used it for any crankbaits. I used it for some Texas rigging too. It's just a rod that I prefer to have paired up with most of my reels. I've always had good luck with those rods, so it's just something that I prefer. It's just personal preference. With you guys out there, it might be something else, but I just prefer the Ducket rods. So the biggest thing with this reel is it held up pretty good for the whole tournament season. I think we did 8 tournaments this year. Didn't do too bad, never had any issues with it. The only thing is the first reel of this that I had, I don't know what happened to it, but I actually had to send the one back right off the bat. Don't let that scare you. I think it was damaged or something during a tournament because I swap in and out of rods constantly. I may have stepped on it or something, but somehow I had a piece of line. Now here I'll kind of show you guys what happened. But if you look here where the spool is at, right in there, I had a little bit of an issue where kind of close to the spool release button, it got in between here. So the line got stuck in there, wrapped around the main spool underneath, and I don't know what happened. So I ended up having to ditch that rod during the tournament, and I got a hold of them on Amazon shortly after, and they sent me a new reel. No issues, didn't have to pay for anything. They did all the shipping and stuff, and it was a pretty smooth process. I would say overall, I think if I had to rate it on a 10 scale, I would say I'd give this reel probably about a 10 if you're looking to buy something that's kind of cheap. I don't think it's cheaply made though. I feel like it's a pretty good reel. If I compare it to my SLX, obviously the SLX I feel like outperforms it, but for what I spent on this, it was great. I didn't have any issues with it. Besides that one weird thing that happened, I don't know what really happened to it. But there are a couple of things I want to make you aware of about it. So if you look right here where the spool release button is at, there's not a good transition between the main body and the spool itself here where the release button is. And sometimes if you're digging out like a backlash, the string will actually get caught in there. Sometimes you got to pull it out. It's not a big deal. It's not, a deal breaker for me, but sometimes I just wish it was a little bit more flush through here. Like I said, that string will get caught right in there sometimes when you're digging a backlash out. Again, not a big deal. Just pay attention, obviously. And then the other thing I noticed, which is not a big deal either, but right here, I think it's this one. No, it's this one right here. If you can hear that noise, here, let me bring it up to the mic. Now, I haven't greased it yet, so since our tournament season's coming to an end, I'm taking all my reels off and I'm going to start doing a little maintenance with them. And I really don't maintenance them throughout the year. It's not a huge concern of mine, especially during tournament season. I mean, I try to change out the string and stuff, but I'm not going to take them apart and grease them up or anything. But there's a little noise if you hear it. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not, but there's a little bit of a noise. Like I think I just might need some like WD-40 or some type of grease on it. Or I could even change the handles out if I wanted to. But that's honestly the only thing that I would say is wrong with this reel. Like I said, it's held up for the whole year. No issues other than that first one. And as far as casting and stuff goes, it's smooth. I haven't tried skipping that much with it, honestly. I didn't really have any need for it. Here in Iowa, we don't have a lot of docks and stuff to skip under. And most of our lakes that we fish on tournaments are probably usually under about, I don't know, 1,000 acres. So there's not a lot of marinas or anything like that here. So the need for skipping wasn't that much. And I mean, we have wood and stuff like that, but it's usually you can roll cast in there kind of nice. You don't really have to skip it too bad. So I didn't do a lot of that, and I don't know if it would have done that okay or not. But as far as like casting and reeling, it's fantastic. No problems. Drag setting is nice. With the brake, it's got a decent brake on it. I mean, I didn't really even use it. I usually just run it on 0 most of the time, and the spool tensioner's fine. I mean, just works just adequate, just like any other. And it's got the 7-to-1 bearings in it too. But I mean, other than that, I don't really see an issue with this. I think this is a pretty decent product. If you're on Amazon and you're looking for something cheap to start out with, or even if you're kind of looking for something new, I mean, I would definitely give the KastKing Crixus a try. I really do like it. My only issue though with the rod or the reel is, and this is personal preference, but I don't technically like the round knobs like they have on here. That's just totally personal preference. Now I do have a Speed Demon, and I also have a Royal Legend, which I'll do a review on later down the road. But I just want to give everybody a little bit of heads up about this, because this is one that I feel I've used enough in a tournament setting and used enough just practicing and stuff that I feel confident about giving a review on. The other one, the Royal Legend, will be the next one, as I do feel confident with that. Now the Speed Demon one, I'll do a review on that one later. I haven't used as much. Once I get a little bit of time in on it, then I'll give a review on it. But as far as that goes, I do recommend this. I think this is a decent reel for the price. If you're looking to spend like $100, I mean, I would definitely try an SLX out, a Shimano SLX. They're still pretty good. But I mean, if you're looking for under $100 and you just want to get your feet wet in bass fishing, I would definitely recommend the KastKings right now. So that's going to be it for today. I'll try to upload more videos. I'm going to do a little bit of reviewing, a little bit more reviews as we go over the winter time, just because we don't, here in Iowa, we get kind of a harsh winter, so there's not really, I don't really get out to fish much. I'll try to do a little bank fishing and stuff and upload some videos with that if I have time, but mostly we'll just do some reviews. I had a lot of good lure products or baits that I've used this year I want to do a review on too that worked out really well. And I kind of want to do a little bit more stuff on the reels, because I feel like KastKing is going in the right direction with their products, and I feel like eventually they're going to have some really good stuff, and I've seen some good stuff coming out. I'm not sponsored by them or anything. I just wanted to kind of give my take on how good these reels are for your bass fishing needs. So anyways, that's it for the video. If you could like, comment, subscribe if you're new to the channel, that's totally fine with me. Any comments on these? I'd like to hear from you guys. What do you think about the KastKing products? Do you not like them? Do you like them? Are you kind of on the edge about buying one? So just leave your comments down there, and I'll try to get back to them as soon as I can. All right, have a good one, guys.